Alright guys, new video this time. Looks to be, I believe this is a Proto. We think it's a friend of mine's. He wants it cleaned up and see what I can do, if I can make it look any prettier than it is right now. So I like these screws better than the Torx wrench or Torx screws they put in them now. By the feel of it, it's actually pretty smooth. I didn't even do that first for the camera, but it's just corroded. This way it's got a louder. I think it's got some dried up grease in it. Open it up and find out. Yeah, it's dirty. Oh, this isn't going to come apart easy. Oh yeah, the rust down in there. Now, whoops, I've got a different angle on my camera trying to show you guys better what I'm doing. Yeah, there we go. There's this old paw style has a spring right there. Let's see if I don't lose it. I want a magnet. Man, it's just hard to shoot and watch what you're doing at the same time. Yeah, anyways, I put that on spring on the magnet. I move the selector over to the opposite side, spring out of there, put it on the magnet. There's the paw. Man, look how dirty, rusty dirty that is. So on this, on this model, to get the selector off, you got to grind the top of this off. I don't recommend it. It's difficult to get it back in place. It's got a little play in it. It's not going to hurt it. This thing will probably last another 100 years, so long as you're not abusing it. It's just if you take this off, you peen it back over, you may not have enough metal. And I don't think you can get selectors for this model, this older one. And see, look at the inside rust on there. That's the inside. And I believe it is a Proto. And I can barely see Proto there, so we'll shine that up and clean that real good. Clean the rest of it. Yeah, look how corroded that is. I have to work a little bit on the detent. I'm just going to have to work it. It doesn't release. It's not, something's not right with it. So we'll work at it. If not, I may have a spare one. I do. There's a spare one. I keep spares of these when I find them. Oh, let me see if I can get it in the camera. Hang on. Okay. The detent in this one's stuck. I don't know if you can see the difference. Yeah, you can see it. This is mine, and the spring's good in that one, so I got to try to fix the spring. Sometimes you can put carburetor cleaner and soak them for a while, and the rust will release. Hopefully the spring in there just isn't eaten up by the rust. We'll find out. If not, I'll fix it for them. All right. Let's do a little minor cleaning. for you guys ever take these apart, make sure you have a magnet. Man, it comes in handy for the ball bearing and the springs so you don't lose them. I've lost several of them. Yeah, 3. I guess 3 is enough for several. See how a little carburetor cleaner does here. I like these old Proto wrenches, ratchets. Always have. I've always been partial to Proto. Look at that rust in there. I'm going to have to use Dremel tool down inside there. That's the only way I'm going to get all that out of there. Let's see. Get a Dremel tool with the wheel on it. Let's see if my battery's charged. Nope, battery's dead. Stupid cold weather. My shop got down to 50 degrees. Every time it gets cold and batteries wear out, discharge. Alright, be right back with a Dremel tool, another one. Alright, let's try this Dremel. Another one of my pawn shop buys. Well, I guess it'd help plug it in, wouldn't it? But I try to keep 2 or 3 of them plugged in at one time. And this seems bad. May have to use a little die grinder wheel on the inside there. There's so much rust. Wire wheel really isn't doing a whole lot. Man, oh man. Let's see what else I got here. Now I'm gonna have to change to a different wheel. I'm just not gonna be able to get all this. See what else I got hooked up. All right, changing wheels. All right. Now, some of you probably think this isn't worth it, but this, depending how old this is, the metal's good, the quality's good, it's a Proto, it's a good name brand. I like them. Proto and Williams, I'm kind of like Craftsman. I've always liked them, but Proto and Williams brand were always a better quality. And I think Proto for a while made some Craftsman tools back in the early days. This will turn out alright. Put some grease down on the inside there, just keep it from rusting out. It already looks better than what it did. Look at that. A little more shine to it than the rust. Keep it inside, keep working in a shop, it'll be fine. If you get water on it, clean it. And this model is easy to take apart, so if you do believe you got a lot of water or antifreeze or something in it, you could, it's easy to take apart and clean it. The newer ones, they're difficult. Some of the newer brands you can't take apart. Kind of a throwaway, I guess. Me and the camera. What do you think? Doesn't look bad. Better than it was. Alright. Do a little wire wheel work. Man, look at the plating. You see the plating's almost all gone on there. It's going to take a lot of polishing. Do a little wire wheel work and then see what I get. Boy. Alright, right back. Alright, little wire wheel work on this thin wheel, this fine wheel. It should be alright. And if you guys, this right here, this is my vacuum. It's what I call my monster because it's loud. So give me a minute, fire it up. right, guys, gonna buff a little bit. Wheel finally gave the ghost. All I got left is an older thin one. I need a thicker wheel, but polishing over that, I'm just gonna have to work with that. Yeah, I might run this on the fiber wheel, the Scotch-Brite wheel. There's not a lot of polish left or nickel plating or chrome left on this. Man. Probably don't need to, but I'm gonna polish a little bit of the inside with the Dremel. Just since I scratched it up in there pretty good, I don't think it'll really matter. compound out. It's going to be the hardest part now. It looks pretty good. Tearing this wheel up pretty bad because it's grinding up against that selector switch. Actually, don't look bad. Clean it up a little bit and we'll go put it back together. Alright guys, put this thing back together now. I'm trying to change camera placement because as I work on things that people complain my camera vibrates and shakes, but doing this by myself is kind of hard. And this one's easy to put together, but I got a problem. This is the original where the detent's stuck. And this is mine that I had a spare with the detent's not stuck, but the problem I got, broken tooth in mine. I didn't realize I was going to use mine and stick in there. It doesn't do me any good to stick a broken gear in there. So I guess the parts I got are junk. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to get a small cup or something and set this in carburetor cleaner or something and see if I can't overnight and see if I can't get that out of there. That maybe a little vinegar. But I'm gonna put it together and just set it in a bowl. Anyways, that's my plan. And put it back together. That way we don't lose any parts, and we can have it form. Oh, whoa, whoa! I better just grease the bottom and the inside. Put a light coat of grease all over in here, that way the scratching that I've caused in here won't immediately start rusting. It'll last longer. It shouldn't, but don't know if he goes to use it and puts it in water or a water pump or something. Let me give you right back. Sorry. Got a metal splinter in my finger. Irritates the hell out of me. I can't stand that. Anyways, getting back to, I'm going to grease the inside kind of lightly everywhere. And just give it a little coat. It won't hurt nothing. This grease will last a long time compared to coating it with oil. WD-40 won't last very long at all, so. This will be all right. Put that in there. Oh yeah. I cleaned the springs and the paws with the little wire wheel holding them with a pair of pliers. Let's see, my little pliers. I haven't been watching the camera. I've probably not even been in the camera doing this. This sucks. I'm telling you, it's hard to shoot these videos by yourself. There we go. Get that spring down in there. Switch it over to the other side. Gives you a little bit more room. See, sorry, I switched selector to the other side. I don't edit out my mistakes, my screw-ups. I make fun of people that clean out all their videos with their editor. First of all, editing sucks. It's hard for me to do. Two, they make video so perfect all the time. Mine definitely isn't perfect. Yeah, he wanted this, I guess he doesn't have a Proto wrench. I was kind of surprised about that. Put a little grease there, and then I'm going to turn it to get the grease spread. See, spread around pretty good. Now set the selector over to the other side. Oops, that one almost bounced out. That one almost bounced out. Let's look at this. I think I'm gonna put some grease just on the gears. I keep forgetting to look up the name of this grease that I've got. I've used this at work for a little over 30 years. Works good on the pumps, motors and stuff out there. We've got pumps and motors out there at work that are over, I think a couple of them are close to 50, 58 years old. So if it's good for them, it's good for a little bit like this. I know some people, they like their oil in these 3-in-1, stuff like that. Well, that's all fine and good, but it works for me. So whatever works for you. Then again, my tools, my rules. Oh, smoother, listen. Oh, you can tell the difference. Yeah, you can definitely tell the difference. I gotta put the screws back. Clean the screws up the best I could too with the Dremel and the wire wheel. S&K, I found that in a dollar bin at the pawn shop. Oh yeah. I cleaned it up. I didn't realize the selector is actually a brass. It looks brass. It's kind of interesting. Never noticed that before. All right. Throw a little bit of cleaner wax on that. Kind of running low on my cleaner wax. Been cleaning up a lot of tools lately. Boy, this thing, I'll show you here in a minute, showing all the pitting in it. It's pretty bad. But it's a good usable tool now. I mean, it's not like, you know, this thing's not, these 3/8 drives, they're not made 100 pounds of torque and, you know, put a 6-foot piece of pipe on it. I know guys do it, but it's not what they're for. So I'm gonna soak, it'll be a little redneck dish, but I can set that in a plate, try to soak that detent. Man, it's the only thing about this wrench that's bad. Alright guys, I mean, it does have a lot of, there's a little damage there. See if I can turn it around. There's a little damage to the plating right there, but all the plating on this side over here is gone. You can see the heavy pitting. You know, then you can see a lot of pitting right there in that. but it is usable. I mean, your socket will fall off, but like I said, I'm going to work on that and try to get that loose. But I've done it before. One, I've actually fell out of a breaker bar, and that ticked me off because it was a BE Craftsman and it fell out. And the other one that I worked on, one of these before, it never come loose. It was just stuck. Could never get it loose. So, and I have gotten some loose, but there's two that I know I haven't. So, like I said, I'm going to try to soak it in a little vinegar. I'll just put it in this end in a cup of vinegar and see if it comes loose. But anyways, look at there. Not a bad little wrench. I mean, compared to what I started with. Yeah, it's a free tool for him. Yeah. Paul, when you watch this video, hope you like it. Doesn't look too bad. It's just, like I said, the detent's bad. And I don't have a spare. I have, these are all junk ratchets, spare parts. That's a Proto parts that I got in this cup. There's a Proto wrench right there. But I saved these because the ones that are junk, you never know. Parts, especially these clips on these, they're handy to have, different sizes. I save them. You never know. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, find old tools, pick them up, salvage them. Quality steel's better. Little clean up on them. You don't even have to go as far as I do. A little wire wheel or a little Dremel tool, and you can make a $1 wrench into $18, $20 piece. All right, ladies and gentlemen, give me a thumbs up. Tell me what you don't like. Tell me what you like. And subscribe if you would. Appreciate it. Bye.